Hey, 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 what do you say, my crafty crew? It's craft time with Yaya. Come craft and play. Color it bright or sparkle with drills. We're cozy, we're bold, and we got crafty skills. Welcome to my channel. All right, y'all, buckle up. I got a haul for you guys for July 2025. And I want to start it off by showing you guys this mouse pad that I got customized to cover my desk and use as my backdrop on the videos. I'm a little sad that we can't see the whole thing every time, but oh well. I didn't think it was going to be this big, but it is. And oh well. So maybe I'll move the pad around so you guys can get pieces of it or just stick with this end. I don't know. But anyway, I want to start the haul off with the stuff that I got from a gift card that I received from Fetch. If you guys don't know what Fetch is, it's an app where you scan your receipts and then it gives you points, and then you can redeem your points for gift cards. And I redeemed my points this time for an Amazon gift card, and I got these things here. So it is also in the description. So if you haven't heard about it and you want to sign up, you can go and click on that and use my referral link, and you will get extra points for using that link, and then I will get some points as well. So I picked up Whimsical Creations for another series that I want to try out called Whimsical Wednesdays. Um, I picked up the Spiroglyphics, Black Ladies, Dots, Lines, and Swirl Spirals. I've done the dots and the lines before. I have not done the spirals. And I saw this on T's World of Adult Coloring. So I love the mystery mosaic, so I grabbed that. And then I wanted to try out the Castle Arts 72 Harmonious collection. I was looking at it. I was like, I think I want to try it, but I'm not sure. But I did pick it up. And let me pop it open. Oh, there we go. It's got lots and lots of information in here. I like this. It has where you can try to color the image. You can download. Uh-oh, knocking stuff down. Is it here? Oh. You can download the image, and then it walks you through how to color it like the cover. So maybe one day we'll give it a try, you guys. All right, so I did swatch them out already, sharpened them and swatched them out. And here is what they look like. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. But I wasn't sure if I would actually like the colors. And then I started swatching here, and I really didn't like them. But what I forgot to do was sharpen them first. And so you can definitely tell the difference between these 3 rows and the rest of the rows, because the payout was a lot different once I sharpened them. Duh. But once I started going through, I was like, okay, I think I'm going to like these colors. So, um, 3 trays. And I really like the way they feel. Hope it's not too dark in here. I like the way they feel in my hand. They're nice and light. and they have the color name on them, a number, and Castle Arts Harmonious. And I might try some of their regular pencils as well the next time I decide to buy pencils. All right. Oh, and you guys see my fingers? They're inky and stained. We'll get into that in a little bit. But this is what I was able to pick up from my gift card that I got from Fetch for scanning my receipts and getting my reward points. And so those were the things that I picked up from there. All right. Like I said, this is going to be a long video because I'm going to do it all right now. I'm going to do all the flip through of the coloring books in this video as well. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the non-coloring book stuff. All right, so I picked these up from the Dollar Tree, $1.25 for some 6x8 diamond paintings. I thought those would be nice for a giveaway. So I got the butterfly and the tulip and the landscape scene. So those will be in a giveaway because those of you guys that don't know from my other video, I have over 200 diamond paintings in my stash. So I don't need nan nutter. I don't need nan nutter diamond painting. All right, I found these in the Dollar Tree and I saw that they were a little sparkly, so I decided to pick those up. And you know what? I did not open these up to swatch them, but I swatched all my other stuff. You know what? There's another. I have another pack. I have another pack. Maybe I opened those. I'll look and see, and if I did, I'll swatch them real quick. And then I got the Papermate Ink Joy gel pens to color and to write. I do a lot of writing, a lot of journaling. So I got those. And then the Milky Pops. I got 2 sets of these. One I already opened, and that's how I was using the white Milky Pop on the one of my previous videos. But $2.99 from Ross. All right, now Peacock pen and ink. Now I always wanted to try the glass pens, and that is why my hands are all decorated with ink, because I opened it up and was trying to swatch them, and I believe the little cap piece here is supposed to be attached to the lid here, so that when I take this off, this pops out too. But of course, most of them are not attached, so I'm trying to pry the little plastic cap open, and that's why I'm all inked up. And I wanted to get this video done and get it out, but I was like, I don't know how long it's going to take for this ink to go away, so oh well. So it came with 14 things of ink and a little stand that holds the pen. It came with 2 glass pens. Aren't they adorable? 2 glass pens. That's the first one. Here's the second one. So I'm really excited to see how these are going to work out in my journaling. Because if this works out pretty good, then that way I can use ink instead of all the pens that I'm going through. And it also comes with the little wash dish for you to dip it in to wash. All right, let me show you where I swatched them. Right, here they are, where I swatched them. So I really like them. Um, the ink is not the best in my opinion. Well, I really don't have any knowledge of the ink anyway, but let me bring you guys down a little bit. Um, it didn't seem like it's high quality ink, so I definitely will play around with this set, but I will go back and purchase some different, maybe some higher end ink if I enjoy using this instead of running through the pens all over the place. But anyway, that is the Peacock uh, pen and ink. All right. All right. So what else we got over here? Let me move some of this stuff out the way because, like I said, this is going to be a big one, y'all. It is another big haul. I think it's even bigger than the last one. And this is going to be my last haul until my birthday rolls around in December. That's what I keep telling myself anyway. All right, I picked up these containers. They were 6 in a pack. I think they were $18. Got them off of Amazon, and I think I like them. So I ended up getting 2 boxes. So, Foxy, if you happen to run across this video, maybe these might be something that would work for you as well, because I remember you saying in one of your videos that you were looking for storage containers. And let me grab another one, you guys. They stack on top of each other. And so I think they're going to work out. And so I have my watercolor stuff up in here, some of the brushes. So I think those are going to work out pretty good. All right. What else we got over here? Oh, I saw some Karen Dash Pablos. Some Karen Dash Pablos on eBay. I found these on eBay. So I decided to, I think it was about 20 bucks. And you know what? I apologize, you guys. I am bad about trying to get the links and put them in so that you guys can see if it might be something that interests you. I'm going to try to do better. But I found these on eBay, and so I decided to pick them up for 20 bucks. I think they were, and give them a try. So here's what they look like swatched. They feel really good and comfortable too. Really light. They have their name on them. Oh, and look at there. I didn't even sharpen these. I swatched them without sharpening them. Ay, ay, ay. I'm going to have to work on that. Tell myself, sharpen the pencils. You're going to get better results. But anyway, so you guys will see me coloring with those one of these days. So the Pablos. Okay. All right, now these are the Langau gel pens, the bigger ones, the 1.0, and they're the Color Gel Pen Plus, but they have 2 different ones. And as you can see, I bought all of them. These are an extra set. These are the ones that I already have open here, but I like them so much, these anyway, that I decided to get an extra set to make sure that I have more when those run out. And so that's what these look like. And then I got these four. And I did the little translation. So this one is Explosion, Forest, Dream, and Magic. And then I got these. I got these. And I'm really not feeling these right here. I remember Color by Maya saying that some of them you have to push down on them to get the ink to come out. And that's what these are. So we have milk coffee. That's what it said when I used Google Translate. Dopamine, natural forest, vibrant red, and vibrant's not spelled right. Don't look at that, y'all. Beauty complexion, sea salt blue, warm yellow, sweet heart powder, and Monet purple. So I picked all of these up as well. And they just came in today, so I just got them thrown in here because I don't have anywhere else for them to go right now. So let's all right, let's find them. Here we go. So these are the glitter. These are the glitter ones. Am I getting enough light? Let's just bring you guys down. That'll be better. So these are the glitter ones that I was showing you and telling you that I bought the extra sets. These are new sets to me. These are not extra, but these are the extra sets. That's what these are here. And I've colored with them already, and I really, really love these colors. I love these colors. So that's why I decided to grab more. They have these numbers on them. What they mean, I don't know, but the numbers are on the bottom. The numbers are on the bottom. And the SG, I don't know what that stands for, but I just wrote it down and then put that number. But I love these pens. Love these pens. All right, so those are those. Now, no, we're not ready for those yet. Okay, here's the other ones that you have to push down on the nib as you're trying to color. And oh my goodness, that frustrated me to no end trying to swatch these things. And so some of them you can see were really scratchy and didn't flow very well. So what I'm going to do is I saw another lady with the small ones that we have, where she pulls the top off and put in some putty and make them flow a lot faster. I think I'm going to try that on the ones that don't flow very good. Some of them flow really, really well. So like you can see, this one didn't flow very well, very scratchy. This one, but this one flowed just fine. Oh, look at these nails, y'all. That ink got everywhere. And this one, and this one, these flowed really well. And this one didn't flow well. This one didn't flow well. Yeah, so if I would have realized that these were the ones that Maya was talking about, like Color by Maya, I would not have gotten them. But I have them now, so you know I'm going to use them. So here's the other set. Not the other set, the rest of them. So I'm definitely going to be using them since I paid my money for them. All right, then I decided to, oh, and then from the last swatching video that we had, I got the the Guangna 72 count. And I never showed you guys the swatches on those, which I had done already, just didn't show them to you. But here they are in case you have not seen these. I really like the colors. I really like the way they lay down. So definitely happy with these. All right, so that is these from the last haul. And then I decided to pick up the macaroon set from Guangna. So I decided to pick up the macaroon set, and so here are the swatches from those. Very pastel-y. I can see a lot of books that I will be working with these. And then I decided to take a look to see which ones were in the 72 set. So all of the 600s are in the 72 sets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of the 24 have been duplicated. So I definitely will have to use those up first, right? Since I have 2 of each. So all of the 600s from this set are already in the 72 set. All right, so there's that. Now, here I go with more acrylic markers. AliExpress, that's where I got all this stuff from. AliExpress. And here's some that I had a while back. I had these a while back, and I liked these, so I wanted to get the rest of them. But when I went to place my order, of course I wasn't paying attention. And so I ended up getting a different one. So these are the ones that I got instead of these. So I wasn't very happy when I got the order. And as you can see, I got them all. I got them all. Because can Sonia just get 1 or 2? Or I don't think you guys ever heard me refer to myself as Sonia, but Sonia is my first name. Yaya is what my grandchildren call me. So can Yaya / Sonia just get 1 or 2? No. No, sirree, Bob. I cannot. All right, so here these are all swatched out. Bring you guys in. And they are just, they're labeled A, B, C, and D. That's how they're labeled on AliExpress. So that's how I just put them on this chart, which was from the Brute Furners pencils, and I didn't use this swatch, and it came in handy, didn't it? So I decided to use it for these Lango acrylic markers. And lots of varieties here. Some of them are metallics, and the highlighter, I think they call these the dopamine. Dopamine is kind of like, yeah, dopamine series. Look kind of like highlighters. So this is what they look like. And once again, like I said, I think these are a better quality than these. I think these are better. They look better, in my opinion, than these. So if I had been paying attention, like I said, I would have got these instead of these. But it is what it is, right? And they're definitely going to get used because I spent my money on them. But I don't think I would be getting them again. All right, so let's see. Is that all of the pens and pencils and whatnot? And then I was all up visiting the fox's den when she was talking about the little, how we open this thing? The little paint trays. So I was over at the fox's den and saw her trays that she got. And so I ran on Amazon and picked me some up. And they have the magnets. I haven't messed with them yet because she was saying it gotta put them right in the middle as well as you can. And my hands are not that steady, so I'll probably have one of the grandchildren try it for me. But Crystal, you're gonna have to show me how you used yours and what you actually put in there. Did you put your gouache, or do you even have gouache? Or were you talking about putting your acrylic paints in here? Help me out, girl, because you know I don't know what I'm doing. But it looked good and it made sense to me, so you know I'm going to give it a try. All right, so super, super cute. All right, so okay, so I think that is it for my mediums and whatnot. Now let me show you guys some paper that I got from Five Below. I got this from Five Below. Some watercolor paper. So watercolor paper, well, it says watercolor in big bold letters here, but then it says pencil, marker, acrylic, and watercolor. 9 by 12, 300 GSM, 140 pound, 36 sheets for $5. So it is. Ooh, I thought those was 2 pieces, but nope. That is 1 sheet. Y'all hear that? Y'all see that? That is 1 sheet. That is nice and thick. So $5. Figured, hey, you know, playing around with the watercolors and stuff, this could work. So I got 2 of those. Now, let me move this big old stack. All right, I was going to do, you know, slowly do a second video on the flips, but I decided I didn't want to do that. I'm going to go ahead and flip these coloring books now and add some music to it so you guys don't have to hear me drone on and on and on to the break of dawn while I flip through these coloring books. But these are the 3 that I got from um, my gift card with Fetch. These two, you know what these look like, so flipping is not going to do nothing for that. And flipping will not do anything for that. I don't feel like I have enough light over here. Hold on, you guys. Give me one moment. Let me get another lamp. All right, I think that's better, y'all. Sometimes I be feeling real special. Like, girl, you know, doggone well you got a ring light for this doggone tripod. Use it. But anyway, there's no need in flipping these. Nothing for you guys to see until we spiral. So I'll move those out the way. But we'll do the flip for Whimsical Creations. I'm going to be using this one on my Whimsical Wednesdays. So, and we'll be using Whimsical Houses also for Whimsical Wednesdays. So now I can go ahead and do the flips and put it to some music. And I'm going to flip each and every one of these books. So, and there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17 books. 17 books that I'm going to flip. Well, maybe not. Because these, let me move that out the way. I know. You guys have to bear with me. You guys know I have ADD and my mind be all over the place. But here goes some more mysteries. And so there's nothing to flip on those, on that one. And then I have the landscape mystery mosaics, color by number. So nothing to flip on that one. All right, now we done taken care of that. Taken care. I almost said tooken. We've taken care of that. Now let's go ahead and get into these so I can put y'all to some music as I flip. Do I want to put you to music and flip? Or do I want to flip and run off at the mouth? Because you know, if you haven't found out yet, I like to talk. I will talk your ear clean off the side of your head. So maybe I'll show you the ones that I want to talk about first. And then that way, once I'm done talking about the ones I want to talk about, then I can put the music on with the other ones. Or do you guys care? Do you guys want to hear me run off at the mouth? Because you know, I'll be happy to oblige if you want to hear me jibber jabber about anything and everything and who knows what might pop out of my mouth. So maybe I shouldn't, huh? Because, you know, I might say something I can't take back, and y'all know I don't edit. So if it come out, it stay out. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jibber jabber about the ones that I want to jibber jabber about, and then I'll put you guys to music. I've already talked about jibber jabbered about these two. Will be for my Whimsical Wednesdays, something that I'm going to be trying. And Here, let's go with this one. Remember in a previous video, let me get it because they let me keep it. They let me keep the first copy that they sent me. All right, so remember this with Tatiana, and this was her collections, books 1 through 3. And so I thought it was misprinted. See, because we got these big old margins, part of the umbrella is missing, and this is all faded out. So I thought it was misprinted. So I contacted Amazon and said, you know what, I don't think this is printed right, send me another copy or return my money. So they said, all right, well, go ahead and keep that copy and we will send you another one. I was like, okay, cool. So they sent me out another one, and lo and behold, the other one looked exactly like that one. And I was like, I'm definitely not keeping it. I don't want it like that. And so I returned that one. Oh, and then I got a bone to pick with that. We used to get those instant return where they would put that money back as soon as they saw that you've taken it to Staples or the UPS store or whatever. You get that money put right back into your account, or within a few hours or so, maybe a day, you get it credited back to your bank account, whatever. They're not doing that anymore for Amazon. So if you haven't heard that yet, I guess so many people have been acting a fool and sending back the wrong stuff or stuff they didn't use up, but they didn't mess it up for everybody. So I'm definitely going to be cutting back on my Amazon shopping because I returned that book and they said that they would credit my account, but it could take up to 2 to 3 weeks before my money is put back in my account. And yeah, no, I'm not feeling that. Not at all. So I'm going to slow down with my shopping on Amazon. So, but anyway, squirrel. See how I go off on a tangent? Well, that really wasn't quite so much of a tangent. But anyway, I really like this lady's illustrations, so I decided to try another book. And I call myself doing a little research on YouTube, and I thought I had picked out the best book, but I'm really not too happy with this book, and I'll show you why. But like I said, I love the illustrations. Look at there, we got the glue already popping out, but I love the illustrations. She's an excellent artist in my opinion. Now you see how it kind of looks like it's what do you want to, how do I want to say it? I'm at a loss for words right now, y'all. I'm just gonna say it look ashy. Like those lines from that Technique Tuesday, it look ashy. But I thought, oh, like maybe like they photocopied it and then you got this from the photocopy, but that is actually from the black that they put on the back. Now, why would they put it here instead of blackening out the entire page? I don't know, but it throws it off. It really throws it off. And I was like, okay, well, I like the illustrations, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep it. And like I said, I really like her illustrations, but if this is the way they are, I probably will not, unless I can do background or something to take that away and make it look better. I won't be purchasing any more of her books, and that's unfortunate because I really like the illustrations and I like her art style, her drawing style. So, and these little miceses are just as cute as they want to be. And so I was really looking forward to having more of her books. But if I'm not mistaken, this may be one of the only books that's like this. I don't know. I'll do more looking at people's videos on YouTube to see, because like I said, it's not like I can order them and then say, I don't like this, it's not working for me, and send it back, because of the way that Amazon is doing their returns now. So that is what I have to say about this. Look at him. He is kicked back, listening to his music. Got his Jimi Hendrix mouse poster. Now she know doggone well she up on that ladder with that dress on. She should have some shorts on underneath. Well, maybe she does. Who knows? My daughter never left the house without shorts on under her little skirts and dresses when she was little. And neither did I. That's where I got it from. But these are really, really cute illustrations. Um, Taking him a little siesta as he fish. Okay. And the fish watching him like, yeah, bro, we see you sleep. You can't catch us like that. But anyway, super cute. Do any of you guys have any of her books? And do they look like this? Which book do you have? So that maybe I can get that book that don't look like this. But here's a few illustrations from her other books. Oh, that could work for Patty's Treasure Hunt. One of the items is a dragon. All right, so that's this book. All right, so that's one of my talkie books. All right, here is another one of my books that I want to run off at the mouth about. I saw this one on somebody's channel. I don't know who. I can't remember who, but I saw Drawing the Timeline, a historical fiction coloring book. Daniel, not even gonna try that, but it is by Sugar Sweet. But I thought this was the neatest thing. I love history. That's one thing. And then it's all about coloring. So, I've already got craft time with Yaya in there, and I number my pages because sometimes I use a random generator to choose my books and my pages. But I thought this was really cute. Casper Faber, creating the first and therefore oldest manufacturers of art materials, Germany's Faber-Castell continues to lead the charge in some of the best colored pencils that can still be purchased today. So I really thought this was cute, giving us a little timeline of coloring. Oh, Derwent, 1862. Holbein, Japanese. Oh, I'm definitely can't wait to get to Japan this spring coming up and buy me some Holbein pencils and a whole bunch of other stuff. And you guys know I'm a repeater of things. I will be taking a empty suitcase to Japan to bring back art supplies. All right. Nina von Faber-Castell. Count Roland von Faber-Castell, dominating the pencil world, was drafted to the German army by the evil Nazi Party. This left the company under the leadership of his wife, who took the opportunity to change the name to A.W. Faber or Faber. Is it Faber or Faber Castell? Look at those eyes. I'm trying not to miss any pages, you guys, but this is not working very well. Tell me, do you guys like long chatty flips or long chatty videos? Because, yeah, this is going to be a long video. Um, like I said, I did not want to break it up into 2 videos. So I decided to do it all in one. So let me know what you like. And then you guys know you can always fast forward through it. I loved how some people can put in the chapters so you know where to go for each book. Yeah, you know I don't know how to do that. So just press fast forward until you get to a book you want to see. All right, sugarsweet.com. All right, so that's that one. Now I think this is the last one that I want to run off at the mouth about, and then I'll put music on for the rest of them. All right, so this is my first Japanese coloring book. I saw somebody coloring out of it yesterday or the day before, and I was like, oh, that is a cute page. I want that. And so I saw that they had the Japanese version and the American version. And so the person that I was watching on YouTube, I hit him up and asked him, which one is better? Which one do you think has the better quality paper, Japanese or the USA version? And she said, definitely, if you can get the Japanese version, go for it. So this, I think it was $22.99, and the USA version, I think, was $16.99. So I paid $5 more. Or was it $6? $5 or $6 more for it. But I was like, well, let's go ahead and give it a try. And of course, I used Google Translate on all this stuff and then lost it. I don't know where I put that stuff. So, all right. So, Symphony of Cute Animals. And then is that coming out already? Oh, is that supposed to be like that? Or am I just losing my page already? Or is that supposed to be stuck there or not? I don't know. Lord have mercy. I'm over here tearing stuff up. But it has a dust jacket. And then here's the other, the cover. And then there's the dust jacket. And I don't know what's going on with that. I'll figure that out later. But look at there. The paper it's definitely better than Amazon paper. Makes me wonder what the USA paper would look like, because it doesn't look like, well, the other one didn't look like it was an Amazon printed book either. So I don't know. But who knows? I may buy the other copy just to compare the two and then give that one to my bestie if I can get her into coloring. And I'm going to try. So, but look at there. These are really cute images. Is that a fox? Is that a fox? Is that Peter Rabbit fleeing the garden? Look at the little birds. Little birds. Oh, snap. He is all decked out with his top hat. I wonder if he's surprising his girl or they have a scheduled date. What do you guys think? But this is an adorable book. Adorable. And if I see, if I can remember the page that I saw from the YouTube channel that she was coloring, it was really nice. And I was like, oh, that is super cute. I want that book. But you guys, I've spent so much money and gotten these gifts, and I wasn't even supposed to be buying all this stuff because, remember I told you guys I don't work during the summer. So therefore, I don't have extra money. But I forgot that I did have a small check coming in July. So I used some of that to buy this stuff. And then I'm going to put myself on a no buy. That's my plan anyway. And not buy any more coloring books because I think I got all the art supplies that I want to try and play around with. But I don't think I'm going to try to hold off buying any more coloring books until my birthday in December. But this is the page. This is the page I saw her coloring, and I was like, she was hooking it up with Neocolor tools. She was in there with her Neocolor tools and had her blues in here, and then with her watercolor pen. I was like, oh shoot, I want to try that. I want to try that. So I got it. Okay. Right. Are these the raccoons? Are those little panda bears or something? The red pandas? But I think they were pretty. Red pandas, I think, are bigger than that. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. But hiding in the pumpkin. Okay, okay. Look at his little face. Look at his little face. Isn't he the cutest little thing? In the shoe. Look like the wooden shoes from Switzerland. What are those called? Those wooden shoes. Okay. If I keep stopping and looking at these pages, trying to examine them myself, I'm definitely going to be here 40 years trying to flip these pages. So I'm going to speed it up, and then I will look at them more closely when I'm not filming. Okay, because I know you guys don't want to be here all day. Not saying that you are, but hey, if you hang in there and you watch this whole video, let me know. Let me know. I appreciate that. All right, these are postcards. Where they clothes at? They decide to not wear clothes in this one. If they playing like they human and playing instruments, think they would have some clothes on. Don't be up in here naked. Don't do it. Oh, look at there. That looks like my little emerald. I have a sulcata tortoise. His name is Emerald. He's 6 years old. He weighs about 30 pounds now, I believe. And I definitely have to build him out a new habitat because he is too big for the one that he's too big for the one that he is in now. All right, so that's the last one that I wanted to run off at the mouth about. So Now we're going to start with these, and then I'm going to put you guys to music, and I'm going to try to flip a little bit faster, okay?
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again. Yeah, who knew? All the planes we flew, the things we've been through, that I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place, see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I would do, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. See you again. You've come a long way, and a long way from where we began. No story, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. I'll tell you when I see you again. But you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling stronger. What's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken, and love will never get lost. Love will never anymore. That when brotherhood comes first, and the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we be. So remember me when I'm gone, remember that I'm gone. Can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I would do, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last one. Let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every night as you go, then every road you take will always lead you home. It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
All right, you guys. This coloring book collection, adding to my collection. I am very pleased with my new books. Do any of you guys have any of these books? And if so, tell me what you think about them. And if there's any that you want to do a buddy color with. No, like I said, that one, I'm going to use this one for practicing. But if you have any of these books and you want to do buddy colors, I will be happy to buddy color with you. Let me know. And like I said, I'll be happy to buddy color with you. And let me know if you have any Japanese books and in US books to see if the paper is actually better with the Japanese books. That's a wrap, my crafty crew. Thanks for hanging with Yaya. Till the next artful session, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the crafty crew. And keep those colors popping and the drills rocking. See you next time on Craft Time with Yaya. Deuces.